Hello and welcome to our overview for our Rising Sixth Graders screencast. My name is Eric Lowe and I am the assistant principal here and am happy to welcome you on behalf of our many staff members and that serve all of our students and our sixth graders in particular. We are thrilled to have you join us next year. The purpose of this screencast is to give you an overview of what sixth grade will look, sound, and feel like. We'll talk about supports that you'll experience, look at a sample schedule, and then also review a little bit of registration information and some upcoming events that will occur this summer to get you ready for next school year. First, though, a little bit about Valley View. We have approximately 1,000 students that come to Valley View, approximately 60 teachers that serve and support those students, as well as 100 total staff when thinking about teachers, paras, front office workers, cafeteria workers, security, and over 80 course options when you think about your 6th, 7th, and 8th grade class experiences. When it comes to what your day will look like, in particular as a 6th grader, it'll start with a lot of support. We'll have a unique schedule that first week of school where we'll take time to make sure that you transition well, that you know where your classes are, where your locker is, and there'll also be 8th grade mentors that are assigned to you and your advisory through a program called WEB, where everyone belongs. These are 8th grade students that are trained and highly interested in supporting you as a 6th grader and making sure that your transition to middle school goes extremely well. You'll also have a class called Middle School Skills, where we'll talk to you about how you stay organized, how you study, how you prepare for all of the different classes that you're going to experience, because middle school is different than elementary. You won't just have one teacher in one classroom. You'll be transitioning from class to class to class and have up to 10 classes in your schedule throughout the course of your learning. We'll also have plenty of academic supports to make sure that you are appropriately challenged and supported in your learning throughout your 6th grade school year. A couple of other pieces about what support will look like. We will have safety at the forefront of everything that we do. We have a safe and secure entrance to make sure that all students and staff are feeling safe at all times. But we also talk about emotional and psychological safety. We have staff in our front office that are there to support students at all times. We have 2 counselors, a social worker, co-located mental health services, a nurse, a school psychologist, and many other folks that are there that aren't just there to teach you, but are also there to make sure that you have the things that you need to be successful as a 6th grader. Another way that we're going to promote safety is we talk a lot about our shared beliefs and our shared norms. You're going to hear about I care values, and you're going to hear about how we want to have a Valley View vibe and a Valley View family where we treat each other well. We also ask students to put phones away and keep them away for the day. We know that that can be a distraction and can at times be disruptive to the learning environment. We want to make sure that we have those away so we can focus on being about learning and promoting a positive culture. Another thing that will happen in middle school is that you'll start every day in an advisory class. It's like a homeroom. And this advisory will be you and 18 to 20 students with the same teacher all year. It'll be a teacher that you have in your schedule. And it's a place to grow connections, community, make sure you're feeling settled in your schedule and what you need to do every week. There'll also be some social emotional learning that will take place to make sure that we're giving you the skills that you need to navigate middle school and beyond. Another thing that's unique to middle school is that you'll be part of a team. In 6th grade, we have 2 teams, Team Itasca and Team St. Croix. And the reason that you're part of a team is it helps us split the grade in half. That way you'll have half of the teachers and half of the teachers will have half of the students. It helps shrink the school and helps our teachers get to know students better and our students get to know teachers better. So if you're on Team Itasca, you will share a language arts teacher, a reading teacher, a science teacher, and a social studies teacher with every other student on Team Itasca, and likewise with Team St. Croix. You'll also experience a variety of other learning experiences and different types of classes at Valley View. You'll have core classes like math and science, exploratory classes where you can dive into facts or engineering or music, and also elective classes where you get to pick things that interest you more, whether that's around art or building or different endeavors that you want to get into. All of them with the goal of helping spark your passion and your interest so you can learn what it is that you like and start to lean into that more as you go through 6th, 7th, and 8th grade and on into high school and college. In your sixth grade schedule, you'll have 3 types of classes. You'll have core classes that involve math, science, social studies, language arts, and reading. And there'll be a couple of different pathways within those courses. You'll have exploratory classes, which are required experiences but not core, like PE, a semester of art, a semester of facts, and then a year-long course called Middle School Skills that helps you stay organized. And then you'll also get some electives where you get to pick classes that you want to take. If you're a traditional language student, so not an extended French student, you'll get to pick a world language that you want to dive into. You'll also pick a music. And then lastly, you'll be able to pick a STEAM class that stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. You could choose Intro to Engineering or Media Arts. And you'll be picking all of these different classes through our registration process. If you want to learn more about any of these classes, there are links to our course guide on the registration materials that you received where you can read about each class and learn more as you're making your selections. Another thing that I want to point out is that we have an every other day schedule. And I want to make sure that you understand that so you know what you're getting into next year. We call this a block schedule, and we have A days and then B days. My head's blocking it, but it says B days behind there. So that means that if you have math on an A day, you won't have it on a B day. You'll have classes every other day. We also have some longer classes called blocks that are approximately 80 minutes and shorter classes that are about 40 minutes that we call skinnies. If you look at this class on the left that's highlighted in green, it takes up 2 40-minute chunks and it's on an A day. So we would call that the student's 1-2A class. On the bottom right, the student has a skinny during their 8th period on B day. So it's 40 minutes and it would be their 8B class. So if we look at a 6th grader's schedule for a traditional language student, again, not an extended French student, they might have core classes on A days and B days that are all blocks, and these are circled in blue. They would have exploratory classes as well that are not core, but they're required, and they're all skinnies. So this student would have middle school skills in their 6A spot and PE in their 7B spot. And then they would also have elective classes that are highlighted here in purple. These are classes that students choose, and they're also skinnies. And so you'll notice that on an A day, you'll go through your classes, and then the next day will be a B day, and you'll go through those B day classes, constantly rotating, which is why we want to make sure that we help you stay organized and stay on top of the things that you need to learn and do for each of your classes. If you are an extended French student, then you will take extended French social studies instead of typical social studies. And instead of a world language, you'll take a block of your world language, which is extended French language arts. Now, a couple last reminders around registration. The way we know what classes you want to take is when you follow these 3 steps for registration. You're going to learn about next year's classes, which you're doing right now. And then you should have received a registration guide. And there's a link in there for step 2 to do a Google form, a pre-registration form. Once you fill that out with a parent or guardian and submit it, we'll have your choices and then receive a summary email that you can look at to make sure that it's accurate, but there's no need to take any further steps at that time. We will use your submission of that Google form to build a schedule for you for next year. A couple of upcoming items that you'll want to think about too is that in the spring, we will have 5th grade visits where we invite elementary schools to come to Valley View and tour the school and get to see what it's like here in Valley View during a school day. We will also then be releasing schedules in mid-August and hold our Get Connected Day in mid-August, where you can come get your picture taken, pick up important information for the school year. You can walk your schedule, set up your locker so that you feel ready on that first day of school. And then we'll have that first day of school kicking off in late August. I want to thank you for your attention to the screencast. We are so excited to have you as a 6th grader next year. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to our main office or go to our website, and we will be happy to help support you as you learn more about 6th grade and get ready for your middle school experience.